Hey, hey. Get out my way. There we go. There we go. What it do, people? Op Spider, Melanie, how you doing tonight, sweetheart? Sorry for wearing the same exact shit I wear all the time, but this is my comfort clothes right here, right? This is my comfort clothes, man. This is what I wear. This is what I wear. How y'all doing tonight, man? We got 7 in the chat, but I only see 2 individuals. And please like and subscribe. I won't say that no more tonight, though. Yeah, I'm late. April, how you doing? I'm late because I was up there doing some campaign on a video game, and man, I didn't end up finishing until almost 2 a.m. But you know what? I wanted to get on after 11. How you doing, Noel? Noel, what is the word? Was it fun? Oh yeah, it was fun, man. You know, it's always fun. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like the vibe. You know, it ain't always positive, but we try to mitigate the negative with something. My camera's crooked, bro. Op Spider talking about game over. Okay. It is what it is. Game over, he said. Sound like Lil Flip. Game over. And he said that twice, so he really meant it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm here, man. I got another video I'm dropping ASAP tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I didn't drop it tonight because, you know, I don't want to flood the algorithm. You know. So plus I gotta do it. Do I watch media on Netflix? What do you mean, like the news on Netflix? I don't even watch Netflix, so before I even answer the question, I just want you to know I don't even watch the news. No, the old lady. Oh, you talking about the old? Yeah, no, I don't. I could report on it, but like, I swear I don't care about that story, man. I already prayed for them people, you know what I'm saying? I've already prayed for them. I've already spoke my piece, you know, towards the family. If you're talking about the little kidnap ransom thing. Yeah, I definitely like scary movies, man. Let me make sure my volume's up. Scary movies are cool. I was watching The Fly the other day. No, I don't do no Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is scary. He is the zest man himself. If Zesty was a person, it would be Tyler Perry. Not necessarily Tyler Perry, but just like when I think of Tyler Perry movies, I think of that movie P-Valley. You know, just gay for no reason type shit. Just over the top gay for no damn reason. Shout out to the gay community though, man. I ain't got nothing against nobody, but I just can't see myself sitting down watching the Zest Fest. And then let me tell you something about me at any rate. I don't watch Zest Fest anything, right? But when Tyler Perry first came out, I did give him a chance. I absolutely gave Tyler Perry a chance, and then he just went way to Zestville and took everybody with him without telling us where he was going. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I like. I like old 90s. I just got through watching Return of the Living Dead Part 2, you know, where the kids end up finding the barrel in the tunnel, and then there's a zombie in the tunnel, and he talking about brains. Man, I just watched that movie. Hey, man, I be on that, man. Them old 90s horror films, late 80s, man, I might, let me see, it's 2 o'clock. I might be doing this till 4, right? I might be going till 4 or even 5. It depends, right? My numbers, they still dropping, but I'm optimistic, so I don't really care about the numbers. If I focus on the numbers, I'll give up. You know, that if anybody focus on the numbers that YouTube issues them, it will be a very discouraging, you know, situation. So I don't want to focus on how many people don't recommend my videos, how many people deliberately don't watch them. Like, there's a lot of deliberate indifference surrounding my name, and I can't let that stop me or discourage me in any way, because that's what it's meant to do, right? And when you know the devil's working, you just got to work against him regardless, right? You have to, right? The devil does a lot of dirty shit to people. The devil has more dirty tricks than a real bad illusionist, right? Like David Copperfield was good, but Carrot Top, he's kind of good, I guess. Carrot Top is old school, so I ain't got nothing bad to say about Carrot Top. He's actually cool, people. But at any rate, man, my numbers been going down lately, like way down, like so far down, I had to look up to see the bottom. And that's okay, right? We are not upset about that. But that doesn't mean that that's going to be an excuse for me to quit. I need to grab something. Hold on. Hey, so as a few people know, I like vegetables in both hands, right? But I also like fruit. So I'm gonna eat this tonight. Jesus Christ. There we go. You know, limes is oh, I'm about to go grab probably maybe some pork chops. Maybe not tomorrow, but soon, right? I ain't gonna be able to go tomorrow because it started snowing again tonight. But we finna put this in my cherries and berries. You see that? Can you see that good? Those are cherries and berries, right? This is what people with stomach conditions, you know, have to eat and shit. But I gotta like squeeze a lime up in the cherries and berries, right? Because one thing about these lemons and these limes, they're natural alkaline, right? You would think that a lime is hella acidic, but it's actually real alkaline. Yeah, I like raw broccoli. Hey, did you guys know that broccoli was a flower? And if you don't pick it when it's the broccoli that we eat, it'll turn into a bouquet of flowers. That I heard you can also eat the bouquet. But that broccoli is much more, it's the broccoli is much more appetizing to most folks. So all right, we got the lime in the cup. So yeah, I would have got on earlier, but by the time it reached 11, I was like, it's too late to it's too late to go on at 11. So I went ahead and I said I was gonna shoot for 1, but then 2 o'clock rolled around, you know what I'm saying? 2 o'clock rolled around. So I said, well, better late than never, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's Sunday morning, so a lot of people staying up late anyway. A lot of folks staying up late. And someone like me, I went ahead and drank some coffee earlier just so I could be ready later. So yeah, man, I was going to talk about something. I can't remember what it was. I know that case that I was telling you about, Melanie, the investigation that was going on in Detroit about the guy that brutally assaulted 3 men and ended up unaliving them. He, 2 of them was Army veterans, right? I don't know about the 3rd one yet. But they made an arrest in the case, which is a person of interest, but I don't know if he is the actual person that caused the assaults that led to the unalivings. I don't know. They say that they have no idea how that even happened, for the simple fact that the guys that got assaulted were retired senior citizens that were veterans. So it was like, it wasn't a drug thing, it wasn't a gang thing, it was just the act of I don't know. But I just wanted to give you that update that they said 2 of them was veterans, and that they made an arrest of a 27-year-old man. But we have to wait for the next update. You know how that goes. So I've been watching that really closely just because it's in town. It's not far from me. And I got a guy that I communicate with from time to time. He's like a local vlogger. I don't know if he's on YouTube, but he's on Facebook, right? And he goes all around the Detroit area, chasing different stories, breaking stories that, you know, anything that he sees that's newsworthy, he be on it. And he's an old man too, man. He didn't been in the hospital since I've been checking his show out. He didn't been to the hospital multiple times, so he getting up there in age, man. I know one day it's gonna be over for him, but while he's here, I try to watch all of his stuff when he posts. But I talked to him before. He might be on YouTube. Maybe I should type him in to see. You know, some of the old school people, they don't be on multiple platforms. Like me, I'm only on YouTube, man. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. Now, I had a page on Facebook, you know, about, I don't know, a few months ago, but it was stagnated, and people had stole some of my content, and they're pretty good about keeping it away because I never seen none of my content anywhere else. But I knew that my content had been stolen because the page was compromised, and like some of my posts, when I would look at them, the structure of the posts were different than I originally made them. So I knew people were somehow messing with it. And I know that sounds crazy, man. You know what? I be doing that sometimes, man. But the last time I posted, man, that I held myself to that time, and I blew it. And so I was like, well, what's going on, Maria Acosta? I was like, well, you know, I did post once about, I said I was going to go live at 6, and then I didn't go live at 6. So I was like, if I do that again, people going to be like, oh man, he's saying he going live at such and such time, but he ain't about to go live at that time. So, you know, I try to, man, and multiple people have told me that, man. Hey, listen, you need to pick a time, tell the people that you're gonna go live. But honestly, I've been slowing down on these lives because I want to do more videos, man. I only got 40 videos, and I'm trying to have like 200. So in order to get those 200, I gotta stay posted. Yeah, I gotta stay posted, man. And you know, I would love to get out and about, but me not having a car right now, I can't travel very far. And you know, I could travel, but it's too cold to be out trying to do all that shit. So, you know, I'm still trying to like work on ways to where I can raise the money to get my car. Because once I do, now that I started this content, I'm gonna be really, man, it's gonna be I got some good stuff in mind on what I want to do, man, that it's probably gonna really boost the channel. When I get locked in with a job again, I'm gonna start buying thumbnails, right? Because thumbnails always help a channel, right? People just like to see a video that's, you know, all wearing a tuxedo type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, with the type of videos that I make and the type of stuff I talk about, when I do my lives, I try not to make it, I try to give the people like who I really am, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to like not necessarily make it about the videos, because I feel like when I'm doing my content, I can keep that to the videos, but when I'm doing my live, I really, really, really appreciate connecting with the people that rock with me, people that come, that I know, like you, Melanie, a couple other people that, you know, I see on a regular basis. I really try to connect with those people, you know what I'm saying? there's a lot of people that don't even come and that don't even come say what's up anymore. You know what I'm saying? They just disappeared off the face of the earth. So, which is weird because they're still subscribed, but I don't hear from them ever at all. They just don't watch none of my content, which is another thing that I think is a trick of the devil, right? Is that there's a lot of people that they only subscribed, but they're not going to watch the videos. I know it's the same shit that happened to me on Facebook that made that page stagnate, which was I had a few followers, but there was no activity. It wasn't enough. So I knew that it was a failed attempt. But my very first video ever, I made 10,000 views during the pandemic, and it was the very first live that I ever did in my whole entire life, and it got 10,000 views. But it wasn't on YouTube. I wish I would have went live on YouTube, but you can't go live on YouTube till you have 50 subscribers. So, my only thing is I wish I would have created this channel way back during the pandemic. I would have probably been over 1 million views. I would have probably been monetized already. My channel would have been up and running. I could have invested my own money into it to where, because man, these channels take money, man. You got to pay for the editing. You got to pay for the thumbnail. There's a lot of stuff that you can pay for to make your channel good. I even watched a video the other night of a dude talking about he found a website on the dark web where you can buy views. And this dude said that he spent $80,000 on views. It costed him $80,000 to get, I think he said like 7 million views, 5 million, 7 million views. And I'm like, well, it ain't that serious to me, because like $80,000, bro, that's a lot of money, man. Just to get a couple million views, right? And I highly doubt that he made his money back, but maybe he's playing the long game. Maybe he knows that if he gets those millions of views, he'll get those subscribers, and then those subscriptions will rake in the money to where he'll get back on his investment. But damn, 80,000, and then I don't even think it was 80. I think he said he spent $88,000. So it's like, bro, that's a lot of money for 5 million views, bro. That's a lot of money. But supposedly the company that does it, they're legit, and if you pay the money, you will get the views. But he also said he started out small at first because they got different packages that you could use to do different numbers, right? Like you can do 1,000 views for $50, or you can do 50,000 views for $500 or whatever like that. So it's if a person just wants to cheat to win, all that shit is available. Facebook is the same way, but you don't have to pay an outside source. With Facebook, you can pay Facebook, because see, Facebook limits the space that your video expands to, right? And the way that they'll expand it to a larger audience is if you pay the money. Now, you don't have to pay the money. If you're good at what you do and your shit is like fire, you're going to reach more people anyways, right? Through shares and comments and all these different things. But you can also pay Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But just stuff I was thinking about. But the difference between YouTube and Facebook is YouTube is more for if you have a business and you're trying to promote it. Me, just wanting to do content, not really knowing what was going on, I chose Facebook because I always had a Facebook. But Facebook, it ain't the place. But one day I had always planned on getting hoodies, maybe hats, candles, coffee cups, water bottles with a logo on them. But that's far off into the future, right? That's far off into the future, man. I need to get my money right before I can do all that. But this shit costs money, man. If you're trying to take it professional, anybody can get online and make a video and post it. But if you want to get into the professional arena, you got to spend that dough. You know what I'm saying? Do I have a cheese that is my favorite? Dr. Studios, I absolutely have a cheese that is my favorite. Sharp cheddar cheese is my favorite. But let me ask you something, Dr. Studio, because I seen you trolling on a whole totally different account the other night, man. And I specifically seen you. So let me ask you, before we even go any further, are you here to troll me tonight? Because I seen you trolling on another guy's channel. And I didn't even, well, I did say something to you. Yeah, I did. And I know that you seen my, I know that you seen my post, man. Or maybe you didn't see it, but, yeah, I seen you trolling, bro. So I hope you ain't here to do the same thing. I don't kick people out like I used to, but, and I seen you talking shit to somebody else, man. And now you just not hearing me. But you hear me, though, motherfucker. You ain't deaf. Pepper jack is good, though, man. I like pepper jack cheese, too. But I like blocks. I like the block of sharp cheddar cheese. That's my favorite. That is my absolute favorite. I'm from California, but I live in the great state of Michigan. You're a gym trainer? I would love to train with you. I am a certified welder. I'll do anything. I'm a skilled trades individual. That's what I do. I'm a skilled tradesman. My beard is lined up uneven. Wow. I am flattered that you noticed. Thank you for the compliment. Kick Nomad? No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll let you know when I'll let you know. It is time for me to shave again though. But he didn't mention that. Yeah, he didn't mention that that it was time to shave. He just said my beard is lined up. But you know, that's a guy thing. I get it, man, cuz I you know, it's all good. You wanted to be a model. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Where are you at? Where are you from? Adaya? I can't pronounce the name. I am so sorry. But if you like my vibe though, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and then, you know, you can come back and you can check me out. I talk about a plethora of stuff. You know, I don't stay limited to just a few different topics, man. I really try to, I even entertain the trolls, bro. Like, I really do. It's not that it's difficult. Let me see if I could do it. Tell me if I got it right. Adaya? Or is that Desai? Adaya Desai? I want to say it's Adaya Desai or Desai. I probably got it right, but I probably got the syllables kind of wrong. Oh, okay. Where are you from, Adaya? Where exactly are you from? Cause I know you ain't in America. There's no way. Are you from France? Shout out to France, bro. Dr. Studio, what's up with you and this cheese trip, bro? You live in Lyon? You know, Michigan has a city called Lyon, but it's South Lyon and it's North Lyon. I never heard of Lyon, France, though, so don't you be lying. Try some berry cheese with some caramel on it. Oh my God, bro, you are tripping. You ain't American, I can tell you that, because that is not no American shit you talking about. And if it is, I don't know who puts apple slices and caramel on cheese. It is not that serious for me. I like a party tray. Nah, you ain't in Michigan, Fulio. There's no way you in Michigan, Fulio. Don't be capping now. Just because I got a cap on, that don't mean you need to start capping. Rome, what it do? I ain't seen you before. Glad that you stopped by, man. Starzy, I call you Starzy. 225. Yeah, I guess you might be, but that don't. What city are you in then, Studios? What city are you in? If you in Michigan, what city are you in? I'll tell you what city I'm in. What you mean? Okay, what township are you in? You're up north? Where at up north, man? I'm in the city of Southfield, right across the street from Detroit. Oh, you're in northern? Oh shit, you. Hey people, he might actually be in Michigan, but you right here, bro. You like right here somewhere. On the mitten, you like right here, huh? Have you ever been to Mom's Spaghetti? No, but that place sounds good because I love me some good spaghetti, especially if it's made at a restaurant. And I can't even eat that shit, but I eat it. That's why I always got stomach problems because I like eating the shit that I know. The highest I ever been in Michigan was to Bay City. Oh, that's Eminem's restaurant? Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, Eminem got a restaurant, Kid Rock got a restaurant. All these celebrities, that's one of those things they get right off the top. They make millions of dollars and they go out and buy a bunch of businesses. Oh, yeah. Well, if I go, I will film the whole process, including what I order. Oh, man, make your way to Michigan one of these days and come pick me up. The whole world has seen my face, so it's impossible for me to be a creep. You just be like, it's that guy from YouTube who did it. But I don't even do nothing. Yeah, this guy Studios is definitely in Michigan if he knows about the 75. Well, I don't want to be so quick to say shit because people are pretty crafty, but I believe you in Michigan at this point. You talking about North Saginaw, you talking about north on the 75. That's like, you right. To get to Saginaw, you got to take the 75 northbound. You got to take the 75 to get anywhere up north. And then you got to take the 75 south to get to Ohio. Yeah, I don't have a car neither right now, man. I even try to get a rent-a-car, but it's fine. I'm not complaining about anything, man. It just sucks where I live because we're kind of out of the way up here where I live. So, when I lived in Vegas, I didn't have all these problems. You grew up in Flint. Okay, I used to live in Flint. Oh, hey, Too Evil to Hope. My bad, bro. How you doing tonight, man? Yeah, I've been to Flint multiple times. I've been to Mount Pleasant. I used to tow cars, and I had to go up there all the time to Flint. I remember one night I went up to Flint. It was raining so hard, I was just floating on the freeway, doing 75 miles an hour with a truck on the back the whole way. Are you from the east side of Flint? Okay. I've lived on the west side of Detroit the whole time I've been out here. I never lived on any other side of town but the west side. The west side is a little bit more conservative than the east side, according to the people. But I've been to the east side too, man. I've been to the east. I had a couple partners over there on the east. Yeah, the east side is definitely turned up to the max. But what do you expect? You know, it's Detroit. It's like Los Angeles out here in a lot of ways. Ashley, what's going on? What's the word on the curb? I got family. They are still juggalos. I got a family member, bro, that's a juggalo. But we don't talk though. He calls himself Star Key Bobby, and he claims he's a he's a hardcore juggalo. I don't know much about the juggalos other than they're from Michigan. I know that. Um, yeah, I don't know much about them guys, but I know that they got a lot of enemies because they're white guys that talk about racial discrimination. So the the whites in prison put a green light on them, smash on sight. I'm like, damn, that's messed up. Smash them on sight, huh? That's how you guys feel about your own people just because they don't want to be racist? Hell to the yeah. That is exactly how they feel. Hold on. Oh, San Diego in the house. What's going on, San Diego? I never been to that's one of the places I ain't never been in California was San Diego. I've been through Oceanside. I've been to El Central. I've been all the way down to the Mexican border. But we passed right by San Diego, bro. And I always wanted to go to San Diego, man. I was thinking about taking a trip at some point in the near future and heading out to Diego because I got some really cool partners from San Diego, man. Like I got some really cool homies from San Diego. You know, San Diego is like a world of its own. Y'all don't really function like the rest of California. Oh, do I now? Tommy says I look like I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. You know what, bro? I don't know nothing about that. And another thing about me is, personally, I don't go by looks. I go by facts. Yeah, I don't go by looks, bro. I go by facts. You know, a look will cause you to make a false judgment. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard someone say that? A look will make you cast a false judgment. So remember that. If you can't speak a fact, you might as well not speak at all. Cause what's the point? What's the point in a false judgment just because you speaking based on what you feel that you think you see? A silver spoon, man, I don't know. The fact is, I never been in the trenches like me and the homies. Hey, man, I'm not here to dispute nothing you say, man. If you like it, I love it. If you say it, I'll agree to everything you say just because. We're not here to debate. We're not here to hate. And we damn sure ain't showing up late. Yeah, right. He know he ain't built like that, man. I'ma let the people tell you what it is. I don't need to tell you nothing. I'll let the people cut that goofy shit right out your mouth. Some people don't even deserve a tongue, you know? For real. Some people just need to throw their tongue away so they can't do no talking. And by the way, because we're on social media, don't forget about cutting your fingers off, man. You don't even need fingers, boy. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need fingers. You just up here typing away, not even talking about nothing, man. Come on, bro. I don't even trust anybody who spells cuz C-U-H. Cause when I was coming up, that's how I know you a youngin'. Cause when I was coming up, cuh, that's from the south somewhere. That ain't from the west. We don't spell cuh at all, ever, in any way. You don't represent Crips, man. You are the biggest loser. And even if you do represent Crips, it ain't the California brand. And you revealed that when you said C-U-H. Because we don't spell it like that out. We're at least not cats my age. All right, well, you have fun with that gang banging ass loser. You gang banging loser. Probably, I bet you working for the CIA. You know, I get a lot of like secret agents that come into my chat trying to charade like they're gangsters, and you don't get the hell out of here with your fake banging ass. Don't nobody want to hear what you represent, because I know you won't. You don't represent nothing. You represent that bullshit. See, let's not forget about your first opening statement was I look like I was raised with a silver spoon, when in fact you got a silver spoon in your mouth right now. So, hey man, you are the biggest loser. But you don't have to remain a loser, bro. That's the good part, is you don't have to stay a loser. You just, at this point, choosing to be a loser. Don't choose to be a loser, bro. Step your game up, tighten your name up, and cut that bullshit out, you fake gangbanger. Talking about, I'm a Crip, cuh. It's amazing how as the years pass, the people, the language, and the dynamics of the games change. And these new motherfuckers try to make new shit relevant over the original shit, which is something I'll never understand. Right? Half of you cats is probably from Israel right now, getting on here. You see what I'm saying? This dude been capping from the very beginning. I knew you was capping, no, Tommy. Let's just be real, man. I knew you was capping, man. I knew you was capping. Let me be the one with the cap, man. You ain't got to do all the capping. I'm doing all the capping, man. Right? I was really out there trooping at one point, man. I was trooping, but never whooping. But I got a lot of whoop homies. Oh, okay, well, yeah, man. Ain't nothing like some good controversy, right? Ain't nothing like some good controversy, man. I don't know why, man. I got these cappers be coming in my live like trying to lie to kick it, right? If you a OG, you know what lying to kick it is, bro. I ain't no old head neither, man. I don't even know where that came from, old head. Why don't you go get you some old head? Leave me alone. Cause you can't stop me when I'm in the zone. You dig what I'm saying? You just make sure you like and subscribe. Cause you'll never find another vibe like this. Get in the zone at AutoZone. It's one of my favorite places to go shopping is AutoZone. I spend all my money at AutoZone. Yeah, hell yeah, it's hard, man. Out here, man, you want to donate, man? I need some donations, bro. Buy me a coffee, bro. Go click the link in my profile, man. I need like $50, man, so I can feed my household, man. No, this cat didn't just say, all y'all bapping. Hey, man, you know what? Respect to the Bloods, but I can't stand when motherfuckers replace C's with that shit. Sounds so ignorant to me, homie, and it always has. When I was growing up, I never heard no Bloods do that. That's some new shit that sounds so retarded. When a cat replaces the C with the B. That shit is so retarded, man. The cats my age, they don't do that. It ain't even about the cats my age. It's about the cats from my era. The cats that I was around. The Bloods would have never said bapping. How stupid does that sound? That's some young dude shit, man. Oh, man, you bapping blood. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, you ignorant bitch. Well, you can get the hell out of here too then. I don't, see, the thing about me is I don't mind entertaining the trolls, bro. Like, if y'all want to be entertained, that is what I'm here to do, okay? Right? No bap. Shit is retarded, man. And I'm gonna tell you how it started too, right? That old replacing the C with the B started with that bick and back being bull, kicking cack seeing cool, right? That was the first start of all this bullshit where now you just got the no bap. This how I'm bumming. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess for the homies it was serious like that, but it really wasn't that serious back in the day where you had to change your whole language too, man. You know, you had to change your language too. I got Crips and Bloods in my family on both sides of this shit, man. Both sides of the spectrum. One side of the spectrum is red, the other side is blue. I even know niggas in the middle that are green. But man, you know what? It like that whole shit where you replacing the C's with the B's. Go ahead, that's all good, but man, keep it off of this live, man. Because man, I don't want to have to try to break down and think about what you're saying. Right? And I'm gonna tell you, ain't no real blood that's super turned up on my live anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas are not turned up. You motherfuckers are turned down. So why are we acting? Why get all these actors on my channel? Like, this ain't Hollywood, bro. This is not Hollywood, man. Oh man, I am on. I am definitely on. Like I said, I just want to know when did YouTube become Hollywood? And even if it is a lot of Hollywood shit that goes on, when did it become Hollywood on a live stream in the comment section? You niggas is the peanut gallery, man. You need to know your place. You niggas is the peanut gallery. So make like a peanut, man. And come up out the shell. Yeah. Jessica is speaking some high level shit that I have no idea. High level. Task Force, Delta 5, in effect, specialized, identification, preemptive, acquisition. I have no idea what she's talking about. And that's the object of the suspect of the subject. Jesus. But anyways though, bro, I know some bloods that'll beat your ass. Just for trying to play like you own something. Any tips on how to be a good model? Yes, baby, just keep it sexy. It's the best way to be a good model. Just keep it sexy as fuck. But let me say this though. Don't go get any BBLs, please. Because that is not sexy, man. There is no such thing as a sexy BBL. I don't even like breast implants. Like me, I don't even like breast implants. I mean, maybe I can, maybe depending on like, some girls get cheek implants and stuff like that. Maybe. But like some of the stuff I've seen as of late, I'm still having a hard time processing. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole BBL in your chest, BBL in your ass, BBL in your face. Man, that's not. But if you a model, you know all that already. Ain't no real models out there getting injections. Because you remember 20 years ago, all the models were slim and skinny and frail looking, which I still don't understand how those are supermodels. I guess I do. Yeah, I do. But I always thought that a model was supposed to be an attractive, beautiful woman that any guy would just love. Like Cindy Crawford wasn't like that. She was an average white hot chick that just every guy loved, right? Naomi Campbell was another one. Like, who else, man? Nowadays, you got BBL. No, excuse me, not BBL. You got, what do you call the plus size models, the plus size women? Me personally, I don't mind me a good plus size girl that likes to eat, man. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, I'll probably never date a model. And I don't need to date a model. I've been around, I know some models. I knew this one model, man. She was from Florence, Italy. She was hot. But I just knew her. She was just a friend. You know what was crazy about her being from Florence, Italy? She was black. She wasn't even Italian. Or she was Italian, but she looked Ethiopian, but she was born and raised in Italy. Hi, I remember. Yeah, IAHM. He always talking about how he regrets missing my lives and stuff, and I'm like, bro, let me tell you what to do. You need to check that YouTube notification the same way you check your account balance on payday. And you'll catch me. Guarantee it. Yeah. Yep, that's why I do it. You got me, man. You definitely got me, man. Big chili dog. Yeah. Any other questions, sir, before I reach for my cup? Any other questions? Because I would love to hear from the peanut gallery, man. You know what? It gives me a lot of ideas on what I should and should not do. Spin it for me. You gonna donate to the channel? Give me a 50 ball and I'll wear it like a square bear. Go to the Cash App in my link me 50 bucks and I'll wear my hat however you want it to. If you're not gonna do that, then please stop telling me what I need to do, sir. Cause we ain't on that. We ain't on that, man. We ain't on that. What we are on is right now I'm on this peppermint oil, right? Yeah, this keeps my nose from running. This keeps my sinuses from swelling up. In your nose and out your mouth. Breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Ain't nobody gonna donate. That's why I ain't say nothing about the hat again. I don't need a donation. I'll go chain snatching before I beg for some bread. You know what I'm saying? It would just suck to go snatch one of you cats' chains, take it to the pawn shop just for them to tell me this shit is fake. This shit is brass. This shit is copper coated. Like, who'd you steal this from? A broke boy? Like, nah, it was a whole grown man. He's like, what? They got grown men out there wearing fake jewelry? Yes, sir. Hello, I am 9 years old. Do you think you can get Wildcraft on Play Store at any? I never even heard of Wildcraft. And Play Store, so you're going through Google, huh? Google Play Store. You know what? I don't know, Lynn. You're going to have to find a more kid-friendly channel to be able to answer that question. I've never even heard of Wildcraft before. Yeah. It is a game. Please get it. No, I don't even, I don't have any. So I have a phone like anybody else, but I don't have any games on my phone. Not one. I spend 100% of my time doing stuff that I cannot disclose. Very important, very confidential, top secret, offline, off the grid. I can't discuss it. Just know I be doing it. And when I'm done doing that, I jump on YouTube and I address the issues that need to be addressed. Big Chili, you can call it what you want to call it. It don't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever it may be, you're not a part of it. Just know that. You'll never be a part of it. Nah, you ain't find no J-Cat. And if you want to call me the J-Cat, I guess that makes you a Zerk. You a Zerk. You a Yi type. You a case study. Nah, we don't do no J-Cats over here at all. You got me twisted like yo stinking ass dreadlocks. You sound like a cat that got dreads. A J-Cat? I'm gonna let Chili tell you what a J-Cat is, cause he's a J-Cat and he's the one that mentioned J-Cat. So, nah, ain't no J-Cats over here though. But a J-Cat is a weirdo, basically. A half retarded type dude. A weirdo. A half retarded, stay away from him on the level, leave Este Vato alone type dude. Yeah, that's an old saying from way back in the day. No, all J-Cats ain't busters. Some of them is just weirdos. Basically, like real gang don't mess with the J-Cats. You know, they don't fool with them, because a J-Cat will get you jammed up. A J-Cat, it a J-Cat don't get to know all the business. Nice try though, Lil Chili. Wonder why they call you Chili Dog. Oh, his back hurts from carry. You think you've been carrying this live? You better check my subscriber count. You better check my view count. You just need to just check shit in general, because if you think you carrying something, wait a minute. I don't even know what that is. You know the... Nah, I've never heard of that gang ever in my life. I don't even know what language that is in. CC motion, man, I've been good, man. It's been actually slow motion for me, bro. Slow motion. You know what I'm saying? I've been staying out the way, because motherfuckers get scandalous and dudes die every day. Oh yeah, I remember Destiny, because I remember that word right there, but I still don't know where it's at. Your guess is as good as mine. That sounds like a gang that's outside of the United States of America. I have no idea what that is, but I'm willing to learn. I love knowledge. So just because I don't know it, don't mean I ain't willing to find out. You know what I mean? Hey, Lil Chili, get on, man. I thought you said you was leaving. What is you still here trying to speak this residue? We already dismissed you and you still around? J-Cats ain't allowed in here, bro. You've already overstayed your welcome, bro. Oh, that's a Canadian biker gang? Oh, well, that's why I don't know what it is. I'm a regular dude from the USA. I only know USA type of stuff. Man, this guy here is crazy, man. This guy here, you just gotta get the last word, huh, bro? I get it. My little brother's like that. Just gotta have the last word. Go ahead, little nigga. Go ahead. Give you the last word then. I'm telling you, man, some people need to read more books. Okay. Well, you know what chili dogging is, right? Oh man, check this out, bro. Look. Now I ain't drinking no more of this shit tonight, man. I ain't drinking no more tonight, but if I want to, it's ready. I done already had 2 cups of that shit. I gave baby mama a cup and it knocked her out. She's sleeping. You know what? I did not yet. I will at some point. I just I do see, the thing is about my fried chicken. I do my fried chicken like 3 different ways, man. Right? I use milk, I use mustard, and I use egg. But all 3 of them are bomb.com. Me personally, I like the milk recipe the best. I like the milk recipe the best. You feel me? The milk recipe is the bomb diggity, man. Listen, we got 11 likes, 10 people watching, 68 minutes and 07 seconds into it, man. We looking good in the neighborhood, man. Destiny, do not get roped in. Please, I repeat, don't let nobody rope you in. If it ain't him trying to rope me in, it's him trying to rope you in. Let him be a part of the scenery, like the trees and the mountains. You see him, but you don't see him. You know what I'm saying? He looks like every other tree around you. Don't focus on no individual trees, because at the end of the day, he is just a tree. And when it gets dark, the tree gets dark too, right? We don't see the trees. They're there, but they're not there. They're part of the scenery. You feel me? Bro, the other day I heard someone bumping "I'll Whoop Your Head Boy" by G-Unit. It brought back nostalgia. Yeah, I like them older songs, man. You know that song by 50 I really like is "What If." I like "What If." Nah, we not kicking nobody, man. Let him talk that sass with his sassy self. Just let him talk it. We ain't kicking nobody, man. This is Freedom of Speech Lounge, right? Matter of fact, that's what I should change this channel name to, is Freedom of Speech Lounge. You can say whatever you want, but if you get your ass whooped for it, that's got nothing to do with me. Freedom of Speech Lounge. But just remember, freedom of speech does come with consequences. And if you don't think that's the case, then you ain't ready for real freedom of speech. Why you think people always getting their ass whooped these Karens thinking they can just say whatever they want to say to people, and they still be getting whooped? Yeah, it's all to the GOOD. Like I said, man, let him talk that sass. At higher. I appreciate it. You know, we just in here. We just chilling. We just chilling and revealing the trolls. Chilling and revealing. What is LLY? Or is that ILY? See, he is going. Yeah, you know, some people look a lot better going than they do coming. You know, but you know what? Make no mistake about it. He's one of many, because we got plenty. We gonna have to deal with them people the entire duration of my channel. That's why I don't kick people anymore, man. I remember tell him Melanie, I want you to tell him how the other night we kicked the dude and he respawned like 5 or 6 times in a row, so I just got tired of kicking him. Oh, I've been through that before, Z44. I definitely been through. I remember when I bought my first car in Detroit, man. I bought a Ford Taurus, a 2005. I'm all excited and shit. I'm way downtown, right? This is how I found out what kind of cars they sell in Detroit, right? First, I hit a puddle, right? And then the whole inside of my car flooded with water. And I was like, okay, this can't be normal. I pulled the carpet back and there were big holes. So I was like feeling like Fred Flintstone, right? So then I went ahead and I fixed it. I'll tell you how I fixed it later. But then another day, I'm downtown. It's sunny outside. It's a nice day, right? And I wasn't going fast or nothing, but I just wasn't paying attention because the road I was on looked pretty smooth. There was a big ass pothole in front of a hospital, right? Boom! I hit the pothole, tore my whole fucking muffler off, right? I'm talking about from the manifold, right? So what I had to do is I had to stop. Luckily, I had came from the water and I had some spare rope that I'd be using to like tie the fish up. I had to use that rope to tie it from one side of the car, under the car, wrap it around the muffler, and then pull it real tight on the driver's side and then shut the door. And then I had to drive like that all the way back home. And then I went and I got it fixed, right? And the guys who fixed it, they did a great job too, man. Lost my damn muffler, man. Hitting the pothole. I swear that is the truth. Okay, absolutely. The West Side Nation in English. But Uru Tahas is their native origin. I don't know what NOR means. Yeah, shout out. Destiny, you clearly are not from the USA. What country are you in right now, Destiny? Please reveal what country are you in? Because I am overexcited to know. Overly excited. Are you in New Zealand? Oh man, go call Jay Biggs. Where the hell is Jay Biggs? My moderator is from New Zealand, man. Jay Biggs ain't even checked in tonight, man. Watch, now that I said that, he'll be here. He'll be here shortly. Jay Biggs. Hey, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. I was gonna say, hey man, it's a couple content creators. Why am I having trouble saying that shit? It is a couple content creators that are out here trying to steal my style, bro. I swear they are. And they not even hiding that that's what they doing. I ain't gonna put their names out there, but man, I got content creators that are trying to steal my style. And I'm like, bro, I am a little bitty channel. But you know what? You can't sleep on nobody, man. Because when a thief don't care if you got a lot or a little bit. All they know is they want it. And that's one thing I learned a long time ago. A thief don't care if you're big or small. As long as you got something they want, they gonna take it. So, it's a couple creators out here trying to steal parts of my swag and turn it into their own, but they could never do it like me. You know, and the fact that, you know, I be seeing some of these cats though, for real. I be seeing them. I be like, man, I see you. I see you over there trying to take my style and shit. And I ain't even really got a style. This is just who I am. Like, I don't put on no mask when I turn the camera on. If you ain't been able to tell, I do not put on a mask. Yes, Destiny, I have 2 young daughters. One is 17 and the other one is 7. I just spoke to my 7-year-old. That was another thing I was doing earlier, is me and my little 7-year-old princess, we had a little FaceTime video earlier because she wanted to show me that she's learning how to play the keyboard and that she wanted to let me see her do her nails. So she's light-skinned, like they both light-skinned like me. They both got that good hair like me. My hair is probably the best though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was doing her nails earlier. You know, the best that a 7-year-old could do them. What's going on, URH? Hey man, I really hope I could hit 1,000 viewers tonight, right? That would be so ultimately dope. If I could just do 1,000 views on my channel tonight, but I don't see that happening. Chelsea Cannon, what is the word? Sweetheart, how you doing? We are just chilling. We are minding our own business. Slinky. I love Jesus as well. He is my savior, my protector, and my confidant. We love Jesus over here. And even if you don't, I do, and I will pray for you. even if you don't want me to, because you can't stop me from praying for you. Do I do Lent? No, I don't do Lent. Lent was more like a Catholic thing when I was growing up. Yeah, Lent was more of a Catholic type of thing. I think the Catholic Church used to come and drop off flyers about Lent, but it was through a Catholic church. But you know what? Growing up in California, a lot of the Mexican people, they are Catholic, right? So I've been to a Catholic church many times. I've been in Michigan for 9 years, bro. Next month, on the 17th, we'll make 9 solid years. A 9-piece. And yes, I am very homesick. I wish I could go back to where I came from, but I'm not. It's just a wish. Ain't nothing really back home. I mean, my brother's back home, my cousins are back home, but like we don't even really mess with each other like that. You know, they ain't got no real love for their own people, so I ain't missing nothing not being there with them. They act like I ain't hitting on nothing. How you like this winter? 2 months in the negative. You know what? It ain't really been too bad, bro. Ain't nothing popping in Wisconsin. That's because you ain't in Milwaukee. And if you are, you ain't on the right side of town, because I guarantee you it's popping in Milwaukee right now tonight at somebody's house. You think Slinky has a crush on me? Is Slinky a man or a woman? Because I'm tired of getting crushes from all these guys, bro. That is slightly uncomfortable, man. You know, it ain't uncomfortable. I'm a public figure, so of course some of these same-sex men are gonna like me, man. But you can look, but don't touch. You know, I remember when I was in prison, right? There was this white dude, man. I cannot remember his name. But this motherfucking dude used to get on his door. This was when I was in administrative segregation, right? There is this white dude. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him. He was worse than these trolls on YouTube, I swear. This dude used to yell and talk shit to people on his door all day, all night. He used to beat on his door, throw shit under his door. Like he was just a prison troll, right? That's why he was stuck in the hole permanently, because he was a troll. And he knew if he ever got outside of that room, they was gonna hurt him bad. But anyway, this dude used to get on the door for no reason. I'm talking about at this time, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? It's 3:13 in the morning right now. This dude would get on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, "Hey, don't touch me there." And we'll all be like, because you know it'd be people up even late at night. We're like, who the hell said that? He'd just be on his door saying, "Hey, don't touch me there." I was like, man, these cats are crazy. Hey, bro, I can speak in several languages, and can you please suggest me a language? Yes, I want you to speak in Congolese. Can you speak in Congolese? Can I please ask you something a bit personal about your kid's mother? Absolutely. You can ask me. What's the worst I'm going to say? No? Ask me whatever you want to ask me. You say it's a bit personal, but we won't know until you ask the question. We 82 minutes in, so we already hit an hour and 22 minutes, an hour and 23 minutes. And that ain't good enough, man. I usually end my lives around this time, but are you still dating? I am currently single. All my kids are with their mothers. I have 2 kids by 2 different women, and they are both with their mothers. I do not give children to irresponsible women. Well, maybe I do, but not that irresponsible. All my kids' mothers have custody of their kids. And I am single. Yeah, I'm single. That's about it. It's all I'm gonna say at this time is that yes, my kids are where they need to be. They're good, they're healthy, they're strong, they're cute, and they are with their mothers. Just remember, I am a pretty baby maker. All my babies will always be cute because I know how to pick the right vessel. You're going to a party. Oh, absolutely. Don't get... How old are you before you leave, Destiny? Because I was about to say something, but I don't want to come off as inappropriate. I'll say this then. If you still there, Destiny, don't be inappropriate at that party. Be responsible. Oh, okay, well, good. Don't get impregnated tonight just because it's your 21st birthday. That's what I was going to say. Party. Okay. I like how you drew out the K. Okay. I'm just saying, I got to say, you got a lot of irresponsible people out there. Don't get pregnant on your 21st birthday. That would be wild. That would be waiting all these years for nothing. Me personally, I don't even do parties no more, man. The party scene for me, it's over with. And I partied with some of the best of them. Oh, you have 2 sons? Okay, that's what's up, Melanie. All right, I'll hit you later. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Destiny. If you haven't already, that'll be dope. That way you can meet here again. Oh, you're 31? Shoot, I'm 44. Melanie, you make me want to take you out on a date if I can ever get you here to Michigan. You be flattering me. Oh, okay, I appreciate it then, Destiny. Get yourself together and have a good time. Next time you see me on live, I want you to come back and tell me how the party was, because this is going to be an epic party. 21, the Forever 21 birthday party. You know, I got a friend that's in his 50s, and every time he has a birthday, he say he's turning 21. Motherfucker been 21 for 51 years. You know what I mean? I'm about to step away for a quick second because I want to see if it's still snowing outside. But I need to handle something. Oh, damn, you already got kids. See, I was thinking that you was you didn't have any children. Well, it's all good. Yeah, the snow came out of nowhere, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this, Melanie. I knew that it was gonna be snowing. Yeah, that's cool. And he must be a little baby, cause you need a babysitter. I knew it was gonna be snowing. Francine, you are not Melanie's mother. Is this true, Melanie? Well, good thing I'm responsible and respectful. Well, what I gonna say? How you doing, Mom? That's what's upper. Um, you know, um, I knew it was gonna snow a few days ago because the sky started changing, right? And so even though we're 7 hours apart, when it comes to weather, weather can, especially up here in the north, weather can cover that type of distance no problem. So I knew it was gonna snow. Plus, I mean, not just that. Obviously, I've been watching the weather, and they keep saying it was gonna snow on a certain day. So I was like, you know, but then they said it was gonna snow on Monday. Monday came around, it didn't snow. Tuesday came around, it didn't snow. It snowed today though. But you know what? It's been like dropping little tiny flakes of snow all week. So I knew it was gonna snow. And then the temperature's starting to drop too. So, maybe I'll get out there and I will shovel the snow. But I said I was gonna take this all the way to 4 or 5 o'clock a.m. But I decided that I'm gonna do a long live tonight, probably from the coffee, to be honest, right? When I drink coffee, I got that extra stamina. Oh, that ain't nothing. 16 is, I hate to say this, but 16 is like the age when most girls, you know, decide that they gonna take the chance to bear a child. You know what I mean? Me, like, I started later in life because I was incarcerated for some years. So I didn't have my first kid till I was like in my late 20s, right? And then I had my second kid. Let me see, I'm 44 now, so I had her. 44 take away 4 is 40, take away 3. So I had my second daughter when I was 37. I was 37 when I had my little baby girl, man. 37. And that means I was 27 when I had my oldest daughter. 27 and 37. And their mothers are my age too, so their mothers aren't young. My oldest daughter's mom is in her 40s, and my youngest daughter's mom is about to be in her 40s. Hey, I'll be right back. Y'all just give me a second. right. Now I had to use the restroom and I had to check on everybody. But I did go outside for a second. It's trying to snow, but it ain't really snowing, you know. It'll probably snow again early in the morning. Who's ignoring you, Destiny? Chicago West in the house. Not saying I have kids, but look at how God works. Absolutely. God works in mysterious, beautiful ways. You know. I got another video. I'm probably gonna drop it tomorrow. Melanie not ignoring you, is she? Melanie is cool people. I don't know. One thing I learned in life is I worked at a job, right, where one of the employees would intentionally ignore me on purpose. It didn't matter. I'll be right in his face and he would still ignore me, right? At first, it used to make me mad till I realized he was doing the shit on purpose, right? And then, so I started ignoring him. And once I started ignoring him, he stopped ignoring me. And I was like, wow, this guy likes to play games and he's older than me. You know, some people are just like that. I don't think Melanie was ignoring you though. I think she probably stepped away for a second. But it made me think of somebody. It made me think of somebody who ignored me for real in the past. And I was sitting up here like really feeling some kind of way at first because I was like, he acted like he was so cool at first, right? And then he just went on this weird campaign, but I knew what it was. He was what you call a gang stalker. He was one of those people who participate in the many programs that America has to offer. And let me tell you something about the programs here in America. They're pretty prolific. Oh, I couldn't even tell you, man, nothing about a gang stalker. I seen a video of a white dude, not to mention his race for any particular reason other than that's what he was. He said he got paid $10,000 a month to gang stalk people. But he said he was blowing the whistle because he never felt good about himself doing it. And I asked the question to myself because I couldn't ask him directly. I said, why would you do that in the first place? You know, well, that's what my channel is about. But the thing is, when I explain myself, I'm not like really in depth with it because I don't know nothing about it. I just know what happens, so that's what I speak on. Some guys, they got all the facts, they got analytics, they got intimate details and all that crazy shit. They be knowing what the gang stalkers are thinking. They like, I'm just not. It ain't even that deep for me. It's pretty much just, you know what I'm saying, you know what? If you want to see a photo of my daughter, Destiny, go to my community posts and scroll down till you see I have a group of 10 photos. That's my youngest daughter. I haven't posted any photos of my oldest daughter because I don't have any good ones. But I will at some point. Maybe me and her will take some pictures. But I have to, since she's older, I have to just wait to post them because, you know, she's old enough to decline. But I did post my youngest daughter, but it's all good. But you can see her, and yeah, that's my youngest one. That's the baby. But yeah, a lot of people get gang stalked, man. All I could do is tell you, hey man, don't let that shit get you out of sorts. I don't really even want to get too deep off in it right now, but it ain't. It's a program that exists all around the world, first and foremost, and it's similar to like some shit that like the governments of the world facilitate. Like that shit goes all the way to the top, but really it's secret societies that facilitate that kind of shit. And it sucks because when you try to tell people about it, it's a lot of people in on it. So like when you try to speak on it, they love to try to say that you crazy and you got mental instability and all this weird shit. But like, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? There's a there's a R&B singer out here in America, right? And he said that his mother was getting gang stalked, and she ended up unaliving one of her gang stalkers. She let her pistol off and ended up unaliving one of them, and now she's sitting in prison for a very long time because she wasn't playing that shit. She was like, if you want to stalk me, I'm gonna unalive your ass. And that's what she did. Yeah, she was cooked, but she got one of them though. She definitely got. But see, the fact that her son is a celebrity, I'm almost positive that it had to do something with her son. You know, a lot of these celebrities, man, I don't be trusting them because they sign them contracts and it ain't no telling what's in them contracts. But I know this, everybody ain't playing that shit. Some people, and see, that's the crazy part, is like those people don't care if they get one of their own hit. It's just, well, a lot of these gang stalkers, I believe they get intimidated into doing this shit. They get threatened into doing it, you know. And the other thing is when it's tied into these cults, hey man, these cult people will unalive your ass, man. They got a lot of pull, they got a lot of power. So you got to be careful, man. That's why I really don't go out to eat anymore, because like they'll pay somebody some good money to drop some shit in your food, and that might be your last meal. So it's like me, I don't be trying to mess around. Like I've been through a lot, man. I done got slowly poisoned over a course of years, and I didn't even know it. That's why I got all these stomach issues, man. Like I got severe stomach issues, man. I got poisoned, bro. I couldn't even tell you what they use, but whatever it is, it's some potent shit, and they don't need a lot of it. I'm talking about, yeah, I've been a target, man. Like I've been a target for probably a majority of my life. Man, they was getting me in prison too, man. I remember one time when I was sitting in the joint, and I ain't never shared this with nobody before, man. But I had ate something, right? And after I ate, my stomach started burning really bad, and I was like laying on the floor, rolling over, holding my stomach. And you know, you locked up, so you can't even like really call an emergency like you can on the street. Ain't no 911 in prison. Like you go try to tell them something wrong with you, they gonna tell you, put in a request to see the nurse. You might not make it to see the nurse, right? But yeah, I've been getting poisoned over a period of years, right? And now I move different, but the damage is already done. You know what I'm saying? The damage is already done. Like I'm still alive and well, but like, you know, nah, they not trying to see if you do something bad. They trying to stress you out. They trying to get you to do something stupid. They trying to get you to react in a negative way so they can hold it against you if you ever try to speak out. You know, It's a lot of reasons, right? I had heard, but I also gathered enough information to realize that gang stalking comes packaged in many ways. There's different levels to it, like, and even celebrities get gang stalked. These people, I'm gonna tell you like this. I believe that a lot of gang stalking starts at church and companies, places where a lot of people gather, big companies and churches, schools, and stuff like that. They have their ways of making contact with the people on the other side. You know, you got the targeted people, and then you got the gang stalkers. I call them attackers, right? They got they got their ways to where they can communicate this program to many people. And then let's not forget the MK Ultra program is tied into it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, one thing people don't understand about the world we live in is you're tied into this shit from childhood without even realizing it. They got people that sit there and watch people for their entire fucking life. You know what I'm saying? And that's like every time you've ever went to speak to a school administrator of any kind, whether it be the principal, a psychologist, a nurse, everything that you've said, if you believe that you're a target, just know they got a file on you that there's no telling how far back it goes. You could have a file that you don't even know about that goes all the way back to your childhood. So it's like it's a crazy business, right? It is what it is though. It's like life is not what people thought it was. That's why the Epstein files are out. That's why we found out that the school photos were connected to the Epstein files. The guy who owns the company that does all the school photos was a good friend of Epstein, and so his name ended up in the files. So that just means that over the years, a lot of children that we heard on the news that disappeared, either going to or coming home from school, could have been from these people, right? Like ever since the Epstein files came out, people been connecting so many dots that they can't even keep up with all the dots people been connecting of all the bullshit that's been happening over the last 30 years. It's like, but it's all tied into the same shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they want, man. I don't really know what their motivation is. I don't know who the true facilitators are. I just know that a lot of those people, they be in church, they be in companies, big companies where there's a lot of employees though. I don't know nothing about it. I just know that they been on my head for a few years now that I've been aware of it. Anything before that, they could have been watching me long before that. I don't know. But I know that it's satanic based. I'll tell you that. A lot of these people are very dark and satanic, and they're willing to kidnap your kids and everything. So if you think you a target, you got to be very careful how you move. Because for me, the protocol for me was trying to poison me all the way into the grave. That's what they wanted to do. And they still be trying it. But you know, it is something that is very unfortunate and terrible that we discovered about our society. That there's a group of shadow people that operate under the radar. And the crazy part about it is the police are complicit in this shit. The system, your job, your family, your friends. It's a lot of people that they infiltrate to get to you. It's a lot of people, man. And that's why I said a lot of times people get intimidated into being a part of this shit. And think about it. If somebody came to you and was like, you either going to help us do this or this is going to happen to you, what choice are you going to make? You know what I'm saying? What choice are you really going to make? Most people are going to say, all right, well, if that's the only options I have, then let me put on my gang stalking gear, go out here and help you guys. And then that's when like the blackmailing starts, because now you're locked in. You can't get out, because it's just like anything. We only need you till we don't need you no more. But it's crazy, man. Like, I've experienced like, I could really make a 2-hour long video of all the shit I've seen these people do. Here in Michigan, they like to roll around with the one headlight, right? You got to watch that one headlight, man. When you see multiple cars with one headlight, I don't know who those people are, but they've been around for a long time. That's some shit that has to do with a cult, is what that is. That's like real life secret society people that half of the population either don't know or don't exist or don't believe exist. But I can tell you this, right? That shit is old, 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 old. They've been gang stalking people for hundreds of years. Like, this is not no new program. This is some shit that's been in play for so long. There's literally millions and millions of people who participate in these fucking programs. That's why so many people complain about it, because there's millions of people involved. Like, literally millions of people. And around the world, shit, hundreds of millions of people. You feel me? So, if you feel like you a target, I don't think you crazy. Because I know what the fuck they be on with me in my life. So I would never sit there and call another person crazy. I would just say, man, that's unfortunate. Because unfortunately, if that's what you believe, that's probably what is in fact the truth. And that also means you're going to have to move strategically through life moving forward, because every person that gets gang stalked and all that type of shit, there's a different program for every individual, man. They're harsh to others and they're light to others. Like, they treat everybody different, right? It's not the same. It's the same program, but they got levels to it. They can add shit in or they can take shit out. Like I said, I know some people, they ain't never been poisoned. Me, they were poisoning me. They were fucking me up, man. That's why I got permanent gut issues that will never go away. So that's why I sit up here and try to watch my diet the best I can, and I try to, they didn't crash my whip and did all kind of shit, man. It just means a group of people that want to be a thorn in your ass for as long as you're alive. That's what that means. I don't know what they're about. I don't care what they're about. I just know they're out there and they're lurking. It's a motherfucker right now getting gang stalked while they driving down the road. Another thing they did to me is they like to get behind me with their brights on. That's one of their favorite things to do. Get behind me and drive with their brights on for miles. One night, I got so pissed off that I jumped out of my tow truck at a red light because this van had its brights on behind me. So I jumped out and I went and I approached the lady behind me, and she wouldn't even look at me in the face. Like, she kept her face forward. The funny part is she had her window down because she didn't expect for me to jump out the tow truck. I was heading to a call and I told her, hey lady, can you turn your fucking brights off, please? Another person, I was on the freeway, they coasted their car all the way to a stop on the freeway. Like, man, these people are retarded weirdos, but there ain't nothing you could do about it because there are millions of them. Like, in every city in America. I'm only speaking on America because I'm not in Europe. I'm not in Africa. I don't know who this lady was. It was a light-skinned lady. And she knew she was caught like a deer in the headlights. She knew that, because I knew who she was. I knew she was one of these little gang stalking motherfuckers. And I just wanted to look at one of them up close. That's all I wanted to do. And that's what I did, right? But ever since I did that, they started to try to turn up on me and shit. Like, people would be disrespectful. I'd get around a group of white dudes and they would always say the word nigger out of earshot. It's just, they got 100 different ways to do it. you know. So all I got to say to people that's going through that kind of shit is it's a spiritual war that they're trying to, well, they're the reason I don't have a job, and they're the reason why I'm unable to get a job right now, because that's another thing they do, is they're all up in the workplace. So if they just want to try to like get rid of you because they can't control your movements, they'll just figure out a way to fire you, and then you'll like almost not be able to get a job again, right? So I'm currently going through that phase of this shit. Is I can't get a damn job, right? It's just I've tried. So, you know, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get a job, but like the gang stalkers come into my lives a lot, and they say shit like you're cooked. I remember this one day when I first started my live, right? This dude came in right when I started it, and he said, "When we're done with you, you're gonna be on death row." And I've had a real job. What is a real job, anyways? I don't know what that means. What is a real job versus a fake job? So let's put this gang stalking shit to the side for a minute, because I really want to know what Joshua means by what's the difference between a real job and a fake job? Why do people say a real job? What is a real job? Yeah, astro traveling is when you're sleeping. That's something that people do have ability to do, and it's part of it's a spiritual thing. A real job is lucrative money. Okay, do you make lucrative money, Joshua? I have many skills, man. I have many skills. Like, I've made lucrative money. I've lost lucrative money. You know, but I just want to know, what is a real job versus a fake job? I think any job is a job if you're making money. I don't think a job should be based on what it takes to pay your bills. If you get up and chop wood all day to keep your house warm, that's a job. Because if you don't do it, it won't get done, right? This is my job. Yeah, they're always in here. It's all good. Like I said, they pass me messages through YouTube all the time. It's a mind game. That's all this shit's ever been, is a fucking mind game. You know, it's a mind game that they call spiritual warfare. You know, but let me tell you something about these gang stalkers, bro. They got bodyguards. I've seen them. That's why these motherfuckers be scared to death, because they got dudes that keep them in line, right? I've seen them. They got big, mean motherfucking people out there that are just completely evil. So you gotta understand something. Just because you see these little puny motherfuckers, you ain't seeing everything you need to see. There's some very dangerous guys out here that direct these gang stalkers. I'm telling you, like, there are some people that you don't want to fuck with. So, you know, I know the whole game. I know all of them. You know, you got these guys out there that, you know, this shit is terrible on every level. It's terrible, right? But like I said, you see the puny ones. That's who they want you to see. These little puny pussies that ain't gonna do shit. But believe me, behind those puny motherfuckers, there's a whole another group of men that will do you very dirty. Like, dangerous guys. So you gotta just be very careful on how you move, and you gotta understand that there's levels to this shit. So it's like, you know, you gotta build yourself spiritually. You gotta stay as strong as you possibly can. And even if you start out weak, you better finish strong, because they're out there lurking. They're out there lurking. And like I said, there's lots of them. They come into my YouTube all the time. That's what they do. That's what they do, right? a lot of them, a lot of these people, they get picked for the program for the simple fact that they're easy to control. That's the main kind of candidate that they want for these programs, is somebody that is a yes man. They'll do whatever the fuck you tell them to do. They won't question it. They won't go against the program. And half the time it's because their parents were involved with the programs. You know what I'm saying? Half the time, if you see a gang stalker, just know his mommy and daddy was a part of this shit too. Right? Because this shit goes back generations. This ain't nothing new. This is some old shit that we never even knew about, because we, like a person like, let's take me for example. Just, I'll use myself for this example. I never paid no attention to it for years, and I didn't give a fuck about it. I just went on, I lived my life. You know, I used to see anomalies in people's behavior. I used to notice little weird shit that I never paid attention to, right? It didn't matter to me until later on in life, it all clicked and made sense. But it took years. These people they're smooth. Whoever directs them, it's a very well-oiled machine. They will only be seen if they want you to see them, right? Because there's a lot of people being watched right now, and they don't even know they being watched. They don't even know they being watched, right? But like I said, a lot of these gang stalkers are gang stalkers because they mommy and daddy was gang stalkers. They aunties and uncles. And a lot of these people, I bet you if you did a family history check on a lot of these people, you'll find that they all got dead family members that they sacrificed. You know, because let's not forget about the sacrifices, the blood sacrifices. You know, there's a lot to this shit. I never even knew the world was this spiritual on a diabolical level until the last couple years of my life. I would say the last 5 or 6 years, I really got to see just how diabolical society really is. We never seen none of this shit when we were children, because how are you going to know about this shit when you're a kid? You ain't going to know. There's no way to know, right? It's when you get older and you reach the level of manhood and maturity, then they want to pop out and let you know that you're like, I don't know what the fuck they trying to do, make you feel like you're enslaved or you're a I don't know, like you're in chains or something. I really don't know what it is, but whatever it is, they got a lot of people fucked up out here. Like, they got a lot of people fucked up. And, you know, a lot of time they try to go after the good people, the weakest links. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be on. So a lot of the time, Melanie, I would advise for you guys to get your prayers up and start rebuking these devils in the name of God and asking him to protect you with the blood of Jesus and send those spiritual attacks back to the senders times 10, and just repeat that shit multiple times a day to yourself, right? And just know that they all over this phone. I don't even give a fuck about this phone, because they're all over your electronics. I don't care if you turn on your television. When you're talking on your phone, believe me, they got people all the way up to the highest levels of government so they can tap your phone. They don't need a warrant. These people ain't the feds. They ain't the CIA. They're just a cult that works up under the government, that works up under the CIA and the feds. And so they got a lot of pull in our society. They can do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And they almost, a lot of them feel like they're above the law, because the laws of the land that apply to us, it doesn't apply to them necessarily. They got like a little get out of jail free card. But like I said, most of the ones you gonna see are the pussy ass motherfuckers. They the weenies, the yes men and women of the game. But just know, there's some very dangerous motherfuckers behind them, in the shadows, in the darkness. I've seen them. I've seen them. I've seen every level they have to offer, and I said, you know what, is scary and as dangerous as they look, I ain't scared of none of them. Because the worst you can do to me is kill me. That's all you could do, and you can only take me through that one time. You feel me? That's all you could do, is you could take me through death one time and one time only. You can eat my body, you can eat my heart, you can barbecue my brain, you can do whatever you want to do, but you can only do it one time. I don't want to die, but I'm not afraid. Because that's a part of the program too, is to make you afraid. They want you to be so damn scared you don't know what to do. They want you to feel like your life is a scary movie. Oh my God, I am so afraid. What are they gonna do? Man, I don't care. Do what you gotta do. Cause me, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know, and that's what a lot of my content on my channel is gonna continue to be about. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I choose to do. They done already took my money away from me. They turned my family against me. They did a lot of shit, you know. I'll give them that. They did a whole lot. Right? But if you can just imagine, if I was you, I wouldn't even go down that rabbit hole, because it's an endless rabbit hole. All you'll keep doing is finding new information, but it's all information that you could do without. You don't even need to know what they're about. Just what I try to do at this point these days is just let them be in the background, right? That's it, right? I don't even try to get too deep off into who these people are, or what they're about, or what they doing. Because I already know what they doing. They just doing some bullshit secret squirrel operations for the synagogue of Satan. And they don't even know who the people at the top are. They don't even know who their slave masters are. They just deal with their own chain of command within their community. They communicate through, I'm going to tell you this, and this is a real thing. Unless a person is a drug dealer, a gang member, or a pimp or something like that, and you see a person that just always has two phones, I would try to stay away from people that carry two phones, right? Unless you know for a fact why a person carries two phones. That's one thing that I came to find about these people. A lot of them carry two cell phones, right? So, you know, if you see just a random person that's not a dope dealer, they're not no big time crime lord or anything like that, they're not pimping hoes or nothing like, stay away from a person with two phones. Because chances are they're connected to that bullshit, right? You know, and that's just advice for anybody who feels like they're targeted, right? I'm not here to disrespect these people because, you know, I believe some of these people are probably actually good people to each other. But they're not going to be good people to the targets because they have a job to do. And it's just like any other job. So I would say that gang stalking is a real job. They may not get paid for it, all of them. You know, they may get bullied into a lot of this shit. And that's why I don't want to be disrespectful, because I believe that a lot of these people get bullied into this shit. That's why there's so many people worldwide. A lot of them get intimidated. They feel like they have no choice. Like, oh, I got to do this shit. These people are threatening my life. These people are threatening my livelihood. They're threatening my family. They're threatening me. You know what I'm saying? And I got approached by one of these people before. You know, he came at me with some bullshit that I didn't care about. And I told him to his face, basically like, bro, I know who you are, man. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Do what you got to do. And that's exactly what he went and did. He did. They started attacking me. Full throttle. I'm talking about full-fledged attacks. Only thing they ain't did yet is actually physically attack a motherfucker. But they didn't did everything else. But see, that's the thing about a lot of these motherfuckers, right? There's the program. A lot of it is hands off. They ain't gonna touch you. It's a hands off. I guess they can. I mean, there ain't nothing stopping nobody from really causing real bodily harm. But for the most part, these programs consist of no hands-on attacks, right? Because a lot of these dudes are warlocks and little witches. They're trying to test their magic. They're trying to test their sorcery skills. They're trying to see if they can manipulate the energy around you enough to drive you crazy. They get rank off of that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? They get rank off of that, right? That's why you can't let it get to you, because you just got to understand that these motherfuckers are trying to gain clout off of mentally assaulting you in the worst kind of way, right? And another thing, like I said, is a lot of these cats only doing it because they mommy and daddy did it. They grandma and grandpa did it. This shit goes back generations. and they don't have no problem keeping it in the family. You feel me? But that's why, if you seen the little short I did just the other night, I put it out there. I was like, if you believe gang stalking is real, spiritual attacking is real, spiritual warfare and all that, then you should subscribe to the channel so we can talk about it, because that is the base of this channel. When I go live, I don't really talk about it too much because it kind of gets the trolls panties in a bunch and shit like that, because a lot of these dudes are gang stalkers that it's late, they're in the house, they're not out there attacking nobody, so they get online and they just attack you online until the sun comes back up, and then they can go hit the street again and whatever. But at any rate, my channel is going to always have that in it, because that's the world we live in, right? And somebody need to speak on it who ain't afraid of these motherfucking people. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that I'm afraid. It's not even that I'm not afraid. It's just that I know what these motherfuckers be trying to do to people, and that shit pisses me off. It really pisses me off. And at first I was real disrespectful, right? But then over the time, I just decided it's not worth this much energy for me to be disrespectful, because I'm giving these motherfuckers way too much of my energy when I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, you know, I can live my life without giving away free energy. So I just started to learn how to pull energy from these people, right? Because it's not hard, man. You can turn the tables, even if it's just a little bit. You can turn the tables. And the reason I say that is I feel like you got to be smart about everything you do. Like, for example, if you go to the fucking lake and think you're going to catch a fish just because you got some line and a hook, you not. You gotta be smart about fishing in order to catch fish. You gotta know certain things about fishing in order to be successful. It's the same with anything, even in life, even in this spiritual war that's going on. You see, the world is in a very dark time yet again. We are absolutely and completely living in history in the making right now. All this shit that's going on in the world right now will be a part of history. When we're dead and gone, out of here forever, this will be recorded and we will all be a part of it, right? So you just decide what part of history you want to be on. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be a victim of history, or do you want to be like a warrior, a pioneer, a motherfucker who finessed the finesser? Me, I'm trying to be remembered as the guy who finessed the finesser. You know what I'm saying? I can't do a whole lot, you know. Like I said, there's millions of these people. Like, literally, I can't even think of no other way to say it. There's millions of these people out there. Why do you think you can reach out to a person from Canada? You can reach out to a person from Argentina. You can reach out to a person from Europe. And they're all saying the same thing. Oh, I'm getting gang stalked. These people trying to harm me. They're trying to do this. And like, because there's millions of them, right? And we could just imagine how they all got put on. I mean, that's where I like to play with my imagination on how these people get initiated into these groups, right? I think some of them be sucking dick to get in the group. I think some of them be getting raped into the group. You know, I think some of them be getting intimidated into these groups. I think some of them be getting finessed into the groups. Because how else you going to... And not only how else, but why would somebody want to do this voluntarily? Why in the fuck would anybody want to be a part of this shit? That's the $1 million question for me, is why in the holy hell would somebody want to voluntarily be a part of some shit like this? But that's just me and my rational mind. That's just me and my logical mind speaking. That is just me knowing where I came from and how I came up, and the principles and the integrity that I stand on. makes me wonder, like, how the fuck could you be such a fucking bitch to do some shit like this to somebody else? Use your imagination, man, because there ain't no answer coming your way from these people. They're not going to come forward and say, hey, I do this because of this. No, it ain't going to be none of that, because they move in secrecy. That's like, I guess they think they're mafiosos to some degree, right? Everything is secret. That's because the Freemasons is tied in. The cults, the government, the feds, the this, the that. It's like there's all kind of dynamics to this shit, right? And it is what it is, right? And another thing, if you talk about it and someone starts calling you crazy, get away from that person, because they're one of them, right? And they know they're one of them. You know, that's what they do. That's their go-to little statement is, oh, you're crazy. You got mental problems. You're schizophrenic. That's their little go-to little statement, right? That's what they say. And the reason they feel so confident and free to say that is because how many people are on their side. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people on that side, but I just can't help, like, what makes you tick? Did you just want to be a part of something bigger than yourself? What is it? I don't care what it is. Not from you. I'll use my imagination. I'll use my imagination, man. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. I'm just going to keep doing me, staying out the way, and they'll have to answer for their sins when it's time. And if they get to live to an old age, that's cool too. Everybody has the pursuit to happiness. They got the right to their pursuit to happiness. And if gang stalking makes you happy, then I guess you got that right, right? Even though they out here taking other people's rights from them, even though they out here, you know, trying to get people to harm themselves or go ballistic and harm somebody else, they'll answer for those sins at some point. And I know a lot of people just simply, they don't believe that shit, right? And it's cool. Like, there's a lot of people out there who turned away from God, man, especially now more than ever before. There's people, when you speak about God, they start laughing. They think it's a fucking joke. And that's cool. You have the right. But I don't want to be, I don't want to be around nobody, man. I don't want to be around none of these people, man. These people are compromised. These people's brains are hardwired to the fucking devil. These people aren't like us. These people, I don't know, maybe they're fucking aliens. I don't know what they are. They're riddled with demons, STDs. You know what I'm saying? They're riddled with STDs, right? And then they, you know, they have each other. Right? It's like a gang. Just imagine that. The Crips, the Bloods, the Vice Lords, the G, they're a gang. That's why they call it gang stalking. All gang means is a group bigger than 3 people. That's all it means. Look it up in the dictionary. The definition of gang is a group of people larger than 3 people. That's why they call it gang stalking, because it's a group larger than 3 people that are doing the same activity. You know? But like I said, I don't have a lot of facts because I don't talk to other people normally that say that they've been gang stalked. Like Melanie, you literally like the first person ever that I've spoke to talking about they're going through this shit too. Like, you're the first person in years. Because I really don't want to be friends with other gang stalked people, because I don't even know if I could trust them, right? These motherfucking people they're crafty, and they'll play you. They'll have you thinking they're a victim when the whole time they're an attacker. So, like, you know, I got proof, bro. I'm not an attacker. I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't, motherfucker. And they know that. They know that. That's why I'm on the wrong end of this shit. But I'm cool with that. They're messing with my voice, right? They're sending silencing spells at me because my voice is getting all scratchy all of a sudden. See, I believe in shit like that, right? You speaking about a certain thing and all of a sudden your voice starts messing up. That's these little sorcerers out there, man. Some of that magic be getting through. It be piercing through the fabric of your protection. A little bits of it, right? I believe that shit, man. Right? I believe that shit. Oh, I ain't exposing them. I've already exposed them. I got motherfuckers locally right now that wish they could kill me. They wish they could come over to my neighborhood and shoot me right in the motherfucking forehead. Cause I don't play. When I first discovered this shit, man, I went ballistic, man. I was going off. I'm surprised that I didn't catch a case. And now I realize that I was playing right into their hand with the amount of anger that I was showing. I was doing exactly what they wanted me to do. Get him real angry. Do everything to make this man angry. And it's all petty shit. It's all just a bombardment of pettiness. That's all it is. Pettiness and sabotage is what the program for me was. They sabotaged everything that I try to do. They sabotaged every job that I had. You know what? I had to say this to myself. I had to keep it 100. I said, these people are so fucking resourceful. You have to admire, if nothing else, at the very least, you have to admire the resourcefulness of this cult. They're very, very, very resourceful, and they have some of the best resources in the world. And they're very well funded. They got plenty of money. Plenty of money. Money is not a problem with the people at the... I don't know about the puny low levels. They look like they just have regular money, but like there's people at the top. Billionaires and shit. Very, very affluent, wealthy people that facilitate this kind of shit. I don't know how they pick their targets. I don't care how they pick them. I just know that, hey man, at this point in my life, it is what it is. I'm going to be a target till the day I die, and that is fine with me. Because I need to retain my sanity. Because I've went ballistic on many people. And let me tell you another thing. I know these people know that I don't fuck around because they've been following me for so long. I done beat the shit out of a couple of their gang stalkers in the past. I done whooped the shit out of a couple of them. Right? And that's another reason that they don't like me, because they know. They see everything that you do when you're... They already know what you done did. Good and bad. So don't even worry about it. Like, no matter what you've done, it don't matter. They know. If you were out in public for the world to see, if you was in front of your phone and you were talking to somebody and doing some shit, like, they know. So they know that I didn't whoop a couple of they little gang stalkers in the past. I sent one of them to the hospital. Just off a fight though. Like, he tried to play with me. And I don't know what he thought, you know. I pulled a knife on another one of them, right? So they over the years, they gained a little bit of respect for me because they knew I wasn't fucking around. You know, all this shit I'm speaking on is in that little secret file of mine. Like, they know. I didn't got incident reports put on me by these fucking people that are unofficial as fuck for many years. But now, I'm not on that no more because, like, I'm in my 40s. I'm getting older. I know what it is now. It's not hidden anymore. And I'm just respect them. Like, it ain't even about, like, when I do talk shit and say sarcastic shit, it ain't in the name of disrespect. It's just, when I talk about it for too long, a person still gets upset, right? A person still doesn't want to accept the role that they put me in. Sometimes I still try to resist that role that I'm in, that I know I'm in. I'm locked in this role for life and there ain't no escaping it. And I know that, but some days I still wake up with this anger because I want to just resist it. Like, fuck these people, man. They got me fucked up. I'll kill every single one of them. But then I realize I'm just fooling myself and I'm playing into their hand. You know, so it ain't even worth the energy to get upset. And I'm not saying anybody does. I'm just simply saying that it's not worth the energy no more. That's why I don't block nobody. I know there's a lot of little stalkers that come into my chat and they be, you know, they one thing about, they give you little gems of information to let you know who they are. But it's one of those things to where the only way you're going to know who's who is if you're already aware that you're being targeted, right? Because then you realize that when you're being targeted, people talk to you different. They like to talk to you in secret code. Like a person will start off saying some shit that just seems like just general, whatever, a regular casual conversation, but then they'll like throw some shit in there to let you know, okay, this person's full of shit. So, you know, instead of getting mad and calling them out, you just get up and walk away like, hey, bro, you one of them. I don't even want to talk to you no more, man. Like, yeah, like, I know you don't care that I know, but I want you to know I don't care about who you are neither. Like, I don't know. Oh man, listen, that's another thing is I've been to prison, man, and yeah, they didn't turn some of my own homies that I was on the yard with. So I know that even the whole code of the streets is fake. Everything is fake. Nothing is real out here, man. If you can take a person that was a convict for 20 motherfucking years and you can make him flip like a pancake, then that just lets you know that everything about this life is just bullshit. It's like, I don't have to respect any code, the streets or nothing, because it's like the Freemasons control everything, and all they try to do is keep all these illusions in place to make you think, oh, I'm a street dude. I stand on principles, no snitching, no this, no that. If you disrespect me, I'm gonna kill you. Man, half of the people that hold you to that shit are these people. And because you don't know who's who for real, I don't stick to no codes, man. As far as gangbanging goes, man, I came up in that lifestyle, and I realized that half of them gang members are compromised. They're not even real gang members. They're secret agents who infiltrated a gang to try to control it and get youngsters to crash out and do crazy shit. I believe half the guns in the hood come from these fools. So I just look at it like it ain't even about the streets. I just realized that, hey man, I didn't been snitched on in prison. I didn't been snitched on the streets. And when I look back in retrospect, I know it was always these people. Because even then when the shit happened and I didn't know who it was, I always wondered, like damn, why do I always get singled out? Is what I used to think years ago. If I'm chilling in a group of people and the police pull up, they want to put me against the wall first. And they let everyone else go. I look back at shit like that and I realized I've been a target for many, many years and I just didn't even know it. I had no idea. And so a lot of people that I hung out with, that's all information for the file, man. All my little fake homies that I thought were real, that we were like really locked in and oh, this nigga wasn't my homie. This nigga was a fucking gang stalker the whole time. A Freemason. He was something. You feel me? But it's just like, I'm only telling you this shit so you know how deep the rabbit hole goes with other people around you that's also subjected to this shit. It's like really deep. It is so deep that it's like sickening how deep this shit is. And these people, they don't fuck around, man. I ain't finna do shit to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, because if I don't make these numbers by November, it all starts over from zero again. Maybe not the sub count, but the watch hours will. And if I don't have those watch hours in by November, then it's gonna start over and I still won't be able to get monetized. I won't be able to get my super chats or nothing. So, I've been working on it. I haven't even, I'm not, like I said, my number's been going down and down and down and down for a long time, because I believe that I've been getting shadow banned by simply, I put out a video and people hit don't recommend, because that's another thing they do. I got all these subscribers, but I only get 20 views on my videos. How do you have almost 1,000 subscribers and you don't get even 100 views? So, that's them people. Everything leads back down the same. All roads lead to the same group of people. When you're a target, it don't matter what the fuck you do. When you wondering why shit ain't going right, it's these people. And it always is gonna be these people. They're behind every fucking ploy, every campaign, every upset, every fucking thing that don't go right. 99% of the time, it's these people. I'm not gonna blame 100% on them. Some shit is just the way it is. They don't control your reality to its entirety, but they control a large chunk of reality. They control it. So it's just like, I don't think I'll make it to 1,000 subs anytime soon, but it would be nice, you feel me? It'd be very nice, you know, to get my watch hours, to get a solid channel that people really rock with and people really tune into. But over the course of a few months, a lot of the people that I befriended and, you know, I thought that we made a connection. I got many subscribers that at the beginning, they were right there. They were like, oh man, what up, T? Oh man, we rock with you. We love you, man. And then they just disappeared like a fart in the fucking wind, like some smoke. You feel me? So I'm just like, all right, well, you know, I got all these subscribers, but don't none of them support for real. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to shadow ban somebody is you just subscribe to monitor, but you don't do anything past that. You just monitor. You just, okay, what's he doing? I ain't gonna like none of his shit. I ain't gonna recommend none of his shit. But I'll definitely keep a close fucking magnified eye on him. But I won't say nothing. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I really don't care. Shout out to YouTube, even for giving people a platform to vent, to rant, to alert, to motherfucking identify, to just talk, to laugh, to cuss, to cry, to do whatever you do, right? I done seen a little bit of everybody do a little bit of everything here on YouTube, right? Right now, the biggest focus is on the Epstein files. But I just want people to know that I truly believe with all my heart that the Epstein files are connected to this gang stalking shit. Because they sure kept a close eye on all of our children when they were going to school. You feel me? They had people in place to know every child going through these public schools. They had motherfucking devils in place in plain motherfucking sight watching our children the whole fucking time. And we just didn't even know. But that's why it's all being put out there. Because I'm going to tell you right now, whether the Epstein file is a psyop or not, it's going to cause a lot of people moving forward to move different for the rest of their life. There is so much motherfucking shit being exposed about these files that is trickling down into people's personal lives, that they're seeing that even though this shit is a big government conspiracy, it's connected to regular everyday citizens as well. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, it's gonna cause people to move different for the rest of their life. They're gonna watch their kids a little bit closer. They're gonna watch everything, right? With the gang stalking and the Epstein files and the government and the pedophiles and the all this shit going on, right? You know, we were supposed to go to war with Iran today. Well, yesterday, the 21st. That's what it was supposed to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we were supposed to deploy some troops over to Iran. And I'm going to tell you right now that war can lead. You ever seen somebody get jumped? You ever seen two people fight and one of the people fighting starts getting jumped because he's got friends on the scene watching the fight and he's getting bing, 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 bing. He beating up the other dude and all of a sudden the other dude's homies jump in and now he starts to get jumped. That can very well happen to America, right? If we go to war with Iran. There's a couple different countries that are waiting for the right time to strike. And I wonder if this war with Iran that could or could not start, we don't know yet, right? If it's going to lead to a bigger issue that's more widespread than just whatever issue that we're supposed to have with Iran, right? I don't really know. I don't really know. But we were also supposed to be like bombing Mexico too, the cartels, right, for all the shit they were doing. So it's hard to say. Like, I believe World War III is coming. It's there. It's not about when. I mean, it's not about if. It's about when is this war. Who's gonna take the first blow? That's what this shit is about. So, long story short, all these targeted people, all these Epstein files, all this posturing that these motherfuckers be doing, all this bullshit, man, the fucking, like Putin said, the vampire ball is ending for many people. Now, mind you, they got people in place that are in the community, but they got ties to the government. But you got to remember, there's a reason that every state has a local government too. They got federal government and then they got local government, right? The local government are the branches, it's the chain of command that communicate with the main source, right? That's how a lot of these programs have been able to stay in place for so long, because then the local government, and then you got the police departments, and then you got local law enforcement, and then you got the courts, and then you got the people that work for the courts, like that ain't even squad cars, they're just people with government jobs. They all participate in this bullshit. It's the trickle down effect, and as you get farther and farther to the bottom, you start to see the pyramid. It's like, imagine an upside down pyramid. The tip is facing down instead of up, right? Is what it is. Because as you go down, it gets slimmer and slimmer and slimmer to the bottom. And as you go up, it widens to a big wide spectrum of all these individuals with power, money, and influence. And all you got to know is we're living in a capitalistic world, right? America is 100% capitalist. So if you ain't got no money, then it's a good idea for you to shut the fuck up. If you ain't got no money, you ain't got no voice. If you ain't got no money, you ain't got no power. And if you watch that movie, Scarface, Tony Montana will tell you best. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the bitches. Without money, you don't get none of that. So, you know, we can talk all we want, but the capitalists run shit because they got the money, they got the power, and they got the bitches. And there ain't no stopping them. They make the law. So what you gonna... The law only applies to us, right? But like I said, that's all fine and dandy, right? No, I'm let me show you what I got in this cup, bro. I don't know if you could see it, right? You probably can't. These are my cherries and my berries, bro. I ain't drinking no more fucking coffee. I'm eating raspberries, blueberries, and raspberries to help with inflammation. But like I said, with all this shit being exposed, all I'm saying is this. Long story short, it's 4:30 a.m. At the very least, whether we got a voice or not, whether we can stop the fucking cabal or not, it's going to take a lot more than us. But I'll tell you this, right? It's going to cause so many people to move different that they're going to have to change their game plan moving forward into the future anyway. So a lot of people might get a grace period where everything just stops for a while, because they're going to have to come up with a new game plan to control everybody, because the old control tactics are dying. But you know what that means, right? I watched a video, right, about a guy who's saying there's a phenomenon that's been known to happen throughout the millenniums. And this is the phenomenon, right? The phenomenon is civilization, which is everybody on earth, gets to a point where we've gained all the knowledge, all the wisdom, we're fully awakened, and the governments around the world start to lose control. And that's when the phoenix rises, right? That's when the reset happens. That's why we have archaeologists uncovering all these other ancient civilizations of people that went through the same shit we're going through right now. And their civilizations ended, but they left behind ruins. And that's what we find. New York was built on a whole, like if you tore down New York, it's built on a whole old city. Before our time, before our existence, New York was built on top of an ancient city. A lot of these places were, right? Especially in Europe. Almost the whole entire Europe is built over ancient ruins of people that existed just like us. Castles that were destroyed, people that just disappeared without a trace. Egypt is in the middle of the desert, so it doesn't surprise me that they built around it, because how you gonna build over a fucking pyramid? You're not. It's too massive. But it just goes to show you that the phenomenon is real. The phoenix rises. It's called you can look it up. It's something to the degree of the phoenix effect, or something to that degree, right? Where, you know, civilization gets to a certain point where the rulers can no longer rule over the kingdom. And then this reset happens, not even by them. It just happens naturally. And it's time for another group. It's time for another civilization. That's why me personally, I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory, to be honest with you. I believe that people are just cycled through a spiritual realm. And a lot of these people got ancient souls, because there's only so many souls. And, you know, they just get recycled, a lot of them. And I made a video about that shit, the prison loop, where you have to keep coming back in different timelines and relive the same, you got to relive the same loop, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, civilizations are under our feet, right? Everywhere. They just disappeared, you know what I'm saying? But they left they left enough behind for us to know that, you know, they existed. And we spent our whole life trying to study how did they even disappear? They didn't just die off one by one. There was a major event that wiped out a large group of people at once. And so, you know, we're going to go through that again. I don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be today. It could be in 100 years from now. It could be 1,000 years from now. I doubt it's going to be that long, because the people all around the world are coming to a point where people are ready to fucking fight the rulers. They're ready to behead them. And when that type of shit starts to happen, the reset gets initiated by God or somebody. I'm not really sure who it is. So, like, I'm not going to say we're living in our last days, because the days never end. Just the civilizations end. Like, and I think we're getting to a completion, you know. Plus it's the age of Aquarius too, man. You know, the age of Aquarius is the age of exposure, man. That's where everything comes to light, you know. And that's what's happening, man. And a lot of motherfuckers warned us that this was going to happen way ahead of time. It's just maybe we weren't listening. Maybe we didn't understand. But now everybody's seeing it. Like, we're to that point where it's getting, the world is gearing up for the Great Reset again. And everybody can feel it. Like, time's speeding up. The world ain't how it used to be. Everybody's acting crazy, and, you know, they're planning a biological warfare. The government's always against its fucking people. It's just all kind of shit going on, and it's gearing up. But nobody knows the true date or time. Nobody can answer. Not even the best sorcerer in the world, the best psychic in the world can't tell us when the final date and time is going to be. We just know, based on what we're seeing, that something big as fuck is coming. And that's not even meant to fear monger anybody. It's very clear that something big is coming. And we don't know when, but we know it's coming, you know. And it's the Great Reset. It's the same shit every other civilization went through. Our time is about to be up, as well as these vampires, these cannibals, these pedophiles, these gang stalkers, these Freemasons. It's about to be over for everybody. We're all going to the same place. And then some of us will be able to recycle into a new timeline. And I believe there's different worlds out there in the universe, and some people will be able to go be in a different world somewhere in the galaxy, and you know, you won't even remember none of this shit. You feel me? And if you do, damn, I feel bad for you, because I wouldn't want to remember nothing from this place. Let me just, hey God, wipe my memory clean, because the motherfucking Freemasons been trying to do it for millennia. They trying to wipe your memory completely. But, you know, God is the one true God, the Holy Spirit. And I think that he, every couple, whatever millenniums, he sends in the galactic cleanup crew to make way for the next new civilization. I think life is really just a big test. You know, it's just, I don't know how long each timeline goes, but like I said, I feel like something big is coming, man. I've always felt like that, right? And just because you can live a whole lifetime, you know, the Holy Spirit in space doesn't go by time. So what seems 44 years to me is only 44 seconds to the galaxy. So we're living according to our timeline that we were taught to live by, but in the spirit and in the other realms in the galaxy, there is no time. Time is a fucking illusion. It doesn't exist for real. We just figured out a way to count some shit. Time is not nothing you can touch, hold, see, or smell, but yet we have it. It's like a thing, right? But it doesn't exist anywhere else except for us here on Earth. It's just like a thing, that time, you know. And maybe other civilizations have a similar system where they keep track of the time that passes, but like, it's pointless to really keep time, right? It's pointless. It really, if you really think about time, it's pointless. We only use time to make people work and build and destroy and then build again. And then just, time is only used for stuff, right? Without any of this stuff, time, like in ancient time, I don't think Indians went by time. And even if they did, they only judged time by the how do you say it? They judged time by the position of the sun and the moon, right? It wasn't like an actual time. But I guess time will always be relevant in every timeline, because time is something to where you can keep track of the work that you put in. So to me, time is something that needs to exist for civilizations, but I really don't think it exists in the spirit, in the ethers, and in other galaxies. I really just, I don't think that in space time will ever matter. It won't, right? So, you know, but something big is coming, and that's a fact. And I don't care what nobody says. I don't think Jesus is coming back. You know, with all due respect to the Holy Spirit, I just don't think that's what it is. I think it's going to be something even more grander than that, which most people would say, what could be more grander than Jesus coming back? A lot of things, right? Don't be stuck in the shit you were taught, right? There's more to this world than just Jesus Christ, and shit you can't see is way more, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but they just found an astronomer that is, what is he responsible? They found him dead though, right? He was murdered. They got the guy in custody who did it, right? But the guy was he was a major player in the astronomy game. And this shit just happened the other day. You could look it up, right? I think they got him in somewhere in California, right? But he was responsible for some major discoveries in space. And he discovered some of the asteroids that were coming towards Earth and everything. But anyway, he turned up dead the other day. They got a guy in custody, but you know, with that type of shit, dude could just be a clone or a fall guy, or he could be anything, right? We don't really know. You can't trust nothing anymore other than the guy that's a major player in an astronomy game that spends all their time looking in space. He was murdered out in the middle of the desert for whatever reason the other day. So, you know, something big is coming, and they know that it's coming, and a lot of people are at an understanding. You know, we'll just see what happens, though, man. Just keep your eye to the sky and your ear to the ground. That's all you got to do. I got to use the restroom. But yeah, man, we coming up on we coming up on the end of this here live, but you know, just with everything you heard here tonight, nothing leaves this room. I hear anybody talking about anything that was spoken in this room, they might not ever see you again. This here conversation stays between us and us only. Absolutely, Melanie. I repent so much. I'm burnt out on repenting, but I got to keep doing it. I ask God for mercy all the time. I ask for forgiveness over little shit. Shit that I feel is insignificant, but boy, over there in that other realm, it could be everything. So I'd be like, hey, God, I'm sorry, man. Hey, please forgive me, man. Have mercy on my soul. I am working diligently to keep my heart as light as a feather because I don't want to be judged harshly whatsoever. I want to be the best version of myself that I could be. I want to walk in accordance to what you think and what you believe is the ideal human being. And I know I fall short as a motherfucker, but I still be trying. You know. But I sit and I sleep comfortably knowing that everybody falls short. But everybody doesn't ask for repentance, and everybody doesn't ask for forgiveness, and everybody doesn't believe that, you know, God even exists and that he should have mercy on them. But God, I just want you to know that is not me whatsoever. And I usually keep my Bible close by, and not because the Bible is real, Father God, but because I want you to know I'm thinking about you in every worldly way that they allow me to, man. I don't know shit about you, God, but I know one thing. You up there and you created all this shit because who else did it? You know what I'm saying? And really, I call God the holy creator and administrator, right? Just respecting him as the creator of all things, right? It don't even have to be in a religious sense. It just has to be that if it's a greater power out there that's got my spiritual phone tapped, I want him to hear me saying good things. I don't want him to hear me talking shit and laughing and acting like he ain't real because, nah, man, not me. Not me, man. Not me at all. I want to be the one that gets through, who gets a passing grade. Maybe I got to stand there in silence and watch a bunch of motherfuckers get cast into the lake of fire, and I'm not even allowed to smirk about it. Hey, we'll see what happens though. But I'll tell you this, we all going to the same place. That much I know. And you know what? When that happens, I know I'm going to get judged, but I just hope that it's not harshly. I hope that whatever is said about me, see, let me tell you the last thing before you can even cross over into that realm is I believe it's funny. It's a humiliation ritual when you're judged, right? And I also believe that as above, so below. So as below, so above, right? Everything that we do instinctively is based on the spirit. So if we have to answer for our crimes here on earth, to our crimes and our sins and all of that shit, that's because instinctively that's that's what's gonna happen wherever we going. And this is just my own thoughts. This is all entertainment purposes, right? I hope you're very entertained tonight. But I believe that everything we do here is based on a degree of like truth to what's gonna occur on the other side, right? And I'll just say this, and this is as far as I'll step out. I have enough evidence to believe that there is more to this world than meets the eye in a spiritual sense. This ain't got nothing to do with man, because we already know there's more that meets the eye when it comes to people. We know that already, but like there's a spiritual aspect to this world that a lot of people choose to not acknowledge, and some people ain't even smart enough, or they're too fucking evil to acknowledge. But it's funny because a lot of these top ranking evil motherfuckers, they know about this spiritual shit I'm talking about. The element that is always on some hush hush. People try to talk about it, but we don't really have any of the facts. So you hear a lot of shit. Kind of like when you're talking about paranormal activity, right? You hear all these stories. You don't really know what's true and what's not. Everybody, half the people be lying and shit, just trying to get you going. People telling fake stories to make money. It's all that kind of shit going on. But like, everybody can all agree that they feel in their heart, deep down, that there is an element to this shit that we can't see, touch, or smell it, but we know it's there, right? And so, like, that's how I think, man. Everything that we you know what? I'm gonna put this out there too, man. And I don't know if it's just me, but like I've had these weird sensations throughout my life, right? Where I'll be sitting somewhere. It don't matter. It could be on a couch in the living room. It could be in a car. It could be driving down the road. It could be walking anywhere, right? And I'll have this weird like sensation that will come over me, like there's a demon right here with like the scariest looking face you ever seen, right? Something that no scary movie could match. But he's invisible, but I can sense that he's right here, just like roaring in my motherfucking face, right? And just like he's just like this thirsty, hungry beast that wants to eat me, but like he can't because we're separated by two different realms. And he can see me, but I can't see him. Like I've had this sensation throughout my life lots of times, right? And it was just like it would make me mad out of nowhere. And I would stare off into nothing, and I would like stand up to this invisible beast that I know is like right there, you know what I'm saying? And it's like this invisible beast been following me all my life, you know, with my angels and shit too. But like the more I started to get closer to God and the more I started to pray, the more that feeling started to go away, you know what I mean? And then I started feeling a different presence, which was like a happy presence, where I didn't feel like there was this demon right here just all in my face growling with this stank breath, like some shit you can't even imagine the smell of it. Like just imagine like a monster from your dreams, something that Hollywood could never recreate, right? And over the years it started to go away. And so like I don't know if anyone else ever had any sensations like that about like demons and shit, or just monsters from the other side. I don't know what the fuck I'm even trying to say right now, but I know I felt it though, right? So it just is another testimony to the fact that I know for a fact that there's more to this life and this existence than just existing as a slave to the system, getting targeted by weirdos. Like, there's more. It's just we're not tapped into the more because we got devils in charge. And so they try to suppress everything that was supposed to be meant for good because they don't want the good to prevail in this lifetime. Unfortunately, this is what keeps happening in every timeline, is the fucking devils of the world keep getting put in charge for some reason. They turn extremely treacherous, and then boom, a reset happens. You know, hey man, call it what you want to call it, 50M. If you feel weird, I guess that's your way of saying hello. You know, but hey man, all I can say to my people is, hey man, you know, just keep your eyes to the sky and your ears to the ground. And if you can do that, it'll get greater later, even if that later doesn't happen here on earth. It'll get greater. It may not be in this life. It may not even be in this realm, but something gonna shake for everybody. And there's gonna be a separation from the evil and the people who felt like they was doing good. But I honestly don't think it matters whether you're good or evil. Where we're going, I don't think none of that shit matters. I think that's only some shit we focus on here on earth, who's good and who's bad. I believe, you know, sometimes people's intention weighs more than their actions. You know what I'm saying? You may do something to somebody that's petty, but your intention was to hurt them, which the intent of the action was way louder than the actual action. So that's the kind of shit that gets graded, is your intent. And they look at that shit in court too, right? Intent is very important, right? It don't matter what you did. It matters why did you intend, like you did it for a specific intention. So, you know, keep your intentions in the right place, man. That's all I'm saying, man, is keep your intentions in the right place.